Hare Krishna, Namaste dear friends. In this video, I'm gonna answer to your questions which you've sent to me on my email and on video comments. So first question will be, some of the questions I will be keeping anonymous because they sent to my email. I don't know if they want me to share their names or not. And in some questions, I'll read their names as well. So first question is, Haribol Mataji, I live in Munich, Germany for the past 20 years. I am from South India. I visit India twice a year. I am 65 years old. I have been taking all the vaccinations required for a resident of Germany. I'll be visiting Kumbh for 2 days and Varanasi for 3 days. I want to come prepared for bathing in the waters at Kumbh, eating outside for 5 days, which I'm not much used to. What medicine should I bring with me? Some broad spectrum antibiotics, which I will buy in India, some medicine to treat diarrhea, vomiting, etc. What else? Hare Krishna. Dear friends, you know that I'm not a doctor. Though my mother is a doctor, I am not. But I studied Ayurveda here and there, so I know basic Ayurveda. Regarding the vaccinations, we personally don't do vaccinations when we go to India. Though here in the US, doctors recommend if you're traveling somewhere, you need to get vaccinations from diarrhea or some other problems. But my husband is from India and he doesn't have any problem. I have problem if I eat, not with the weather, if I eat very spicy foods. And I personally carry diarrhea medicines. Yeah, because in India food is so spicy. Sometimes I even cannot eat. I just buy fruits and nuts and then survive somehow like that. So that's my answer. Yeah, and then in India it's very hot. You can carry some sunscreen, and I recommend not to drink some sugarcane juice or some coconut juice if you find the place very dirty. If there are so many flies around, I wouldn't suggest drinking that. Because recently my friend, a Russian friend, went to India and then she fell in love with sugarcane juice. She was drinking for several days, and one day she drank from somebody who was preparing it not clean in a not clean place, and he got so severe diarrhea and fever. So please be cautious. Other than that, India is a perfect place. So another question I got from Ravi Jangir. I don't know if it's Mataji or Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, I'm suffering from cold, continuous sneezing in morning time. Please help me with this problem. Morning time is a kapha time. It's from 6 o'clock to 10 a.m. It's a period of kapha, mucus. And I also suffer from cold a lot, especially from my tonsils. Cut out all dairy products. Dairy products, curd, especially cold curd, no milk, no cheese, paneer, no. And then avoid all the kapha increasing products like lots of sweets and cakes and too much sour items. They also increase kapha. Too much oily items, they also increase kapha. And eating a lot, that's also increases kapha. So these days when you are sick or you have cold, you better avoid this kapha increasing items. And if you have problem with your throat, like throat pain and tonsils are growing, I suffer with it severely. So I learned many treatments, and I found oil gargling is the best. When your throat starts paining, immediately that same day start gargling oil in your throat. How you can do it? You take sesame oil, not coconut oil. It should be warming oil. You will take sesame oil in the morning after you brush your teeth. Before you take bath, you put in your mouth for like a little bit. Don't put this much. Little bit. You put and then do like this. And then don't throw it. Keep it in your mouth for 15 minutes. Take shower, do whatever you want, and then keep on doing like this, and then take rest, and then do like this and take rest. So gargle with oil, and after you gargle, wait for half an hour before you drink or eat anything. So if you do this in the morning and in the evening before bed, for 3 days, I guarantee that you won't have any throat pain or tonsils. But you need to do it on time. You need to do it when it starts. Other thing, usually when you get cold, after your cold is cured, you will have so much pain in these places. Yeah, I just don't like it. So you cannot cure it with, they recommend putting some neti pot in your nose. I tried all those. It may help a little bit, but the best product which can help is anutailam. Anutailam is a small anutailam. It's oil. It's Ayurvedic, purely Ayurvedic. You put in your nose few drops in each nostril, and immediately from your mouth for half an hour, all the mucus from these places starts coming out, and just don't swallow, just remove it. So that's how I cure the cold. And also when you become a little bit better, it means like if you are getting cold often, it means you are like kapha prevalent person. So I suggest you do often cardio exercises. You need to be very active doing exercise and perspire. That way you will keep kapha a little bit far from you. And other thing I do to protect my body from this kind of bacteria and diseases, especially cold, while you're taking shower, take a little bit amount of sesame oil in your palm during your taking shower. One time you took shower, like put sesame oil and apply to your body. Little bit, not so much. Little bit. Apply to all the whole body. And then don't wash yourself with soap. Just again wash with water all the places and dry yourself. So that oil will be entering into your, that oil will be absorbed by your skin and purify all the, keep on purifying your body from toxins. The most important thing is try to wake up before 6 o'clock, because from 6 o'clock to 10, the kapha starts, and if you don't get up and engage with exercises, active work, and these things, kapha will just overwhelm your body. You will become more kapha. So from 6 to 10, you have to be really active to fight the kapha. So that's how I personally cure kapha related issues like cold. So this was Ravi Jangir's question from Bharat. Hare Krishna Mataji, in this response you have mentioned about chanting online on Zoom. Can you kindly give me details about it? I want to know if there is a Prabhuji's group channel for chanting online. What are the things? How can I join them? I would be very grateful if you can provide any assistance on this. Thank you. Unfortunately and fortunately, ours is only for Matajis. Like my Prabhu joins another chanting group, but they do it on conference call, so it's in US, so you cannot join that if you don't have US number. But what I would suggest is, because you have this desire, I would suggest you create one. Open a Zoom account, it's free, and then invite at least one of your friends, and then join Zoom together and sit and chant. We have a WhatsApp group and Zoom group. Like, we have a Zoom meeting room. So in WhatsApp we discuss who is coming and this, and then at the particular time we join the Zoom. And some days we are 10 or 15, and some days I'm alone, and some days we are 2. So don't be discouraged. Start with one person or even yourself, but start. Even if you do it for half an hour, it will help you to become regular, and slowly people will join you. And as an example, we have Nalin Mataji from Kashmir. She was joining us from India, but lately she became so much inspired and she said, I have friends, so I want to create another Zoom. So she created, and they're chanting morning time in India on Zoom. So take initiative, please create yourself. Another question is from Clay Flower Studio, the clay florist. Hare Krishna Mataji, first of all, thank you so much for all your valuable videos on how to worship, dressmaking. Thank you. I'm mother of 2-year-old baby girl and can't go to the temple regularly and attain any classes for Krishna consciousness. Can you guide us how can we do it in our home and join Krishna consciousness? Right now I'm following all rules, main 4 Gilda principles as well. Your guidance is must, Mataji. Thanks. Thank you so much. Mataji, I don't know your name, but your channel's name is Clay Flower Studio. It's wonderful that you have a child, 2 years old, baby. And at this moment, it's your devotional services to take care of your kid. But I know in the US, many couples, when they have kid, and if they want to attend the programs regularly, they exchange. Like one spouse will be on duty. So if wife wants to come to the temple for Mangal Arati, husband will stay back with the kid. And if next day husband wants to join a Mridanga class, then wife sits with the kid. So during this period, because you cannot give the kid to kindergarten and you don't have help, I think you can request your husband if he has time to help somehow. Yeah, if you have kid, it is little tough. I don't have kid, so I'm not able to put myself into your shoes. Without kid, even I have no time. I don't know how you are managing with kid. But I know many Matajis who are so spiritual. They come to temple, they have so many kids, and they somehow manage. And if you cannot go to the temple, I would suggest you invite some devotees to your home. Like they can do kirtan in your home, and you can request a potluck. Potluck means every person who is coming to your home, they'll bring one dish. So it won't be burden for you to cook everything yourself. So that's another option. Association in real life is very important, but if you are getting it very less, then of course online lectures and reading books are very important. You can dedicate your time when your kid is sleeping to those kind of activities. And also, if you find some online japa meetings or reading meetings, you can join those and get online association. And as I told before, like your kid is your devotional service. And that means you need to give the value to your kid. Give the devotional values to your kid in this age. Because the kid in childhood, whatever we get, that we will remember for whole life. So you can read a lot of Krishna stories and tell to your kid. Tell stories nicely and explain. Other thing is, if you have Krishna dolls or toys, play with your kid. Let the kid's imaginary power increase and feel your attention. So you can take Krishna dolls and play with her. It's not something bad, but it's something you have to do with your kid. You have to dedicate your time to your kid, personally pay attention and play with her. And that way your baby will become a stronger devotee. And another question is from Diksha Pundir Mataji. She is asking, how do you manage when you are away from your home? Like suppose you have to go somewhere and there you are not able to get food without onion and garlic. What do you do? Actually, I got used to poverty and for not having food. Especially when the USSR, when we were kids, especially when USSR collapsed. I was like 4 years old kid, and in order to get the piece of bread, one bread, we had to stand in the queue for whole day, and sometimes we don't have bread, and bread is our only food. So I got used to these problems, so I don't have much problem when we go out. I can manage with the rotis I cooked at home and packed for several days, or I can manage with nuts and fruits. But for a person who was born in India with under the care of a loving mother who cooks daily 3 times a day, five dishes at a time, that's difficult. Yeah, I can understand that. You can do is, first of all, if we have chance, if we have possibility, like we are going to another city and we have to stay in the hotel, we try to carry dosa pan. I have one iron pan and something to take out the dosa. So we carry that, and when we go there, we buy dosa batter and podi without onion and garlic, and that dosa and the podi will become our food. If you don't have, and we make sure that hotel has a kitchen. But if we don't have that option, then we manage somehow with snacks which don't have garlic and onion, or sometimes even Jain food. I understand it's not good to eat grains cooked by non-devotees. It's not good to offer them to the deities. But when you don't have option, you shouldn't be dying. You just buy that and offer to the Lord and accept. But try not to break the principles. Like once you start eating onion and garlic, it will be difficult to come back to your old principles. So if you don't find any Jain option, then we will manage with fruits and nuts because there is no option. So that's how we manage our food when we are out of home, and when there is no food with no garlic and onion. So this was your question. These were your questions, friends. Thank you so much for your questions. Please, if you have more questions, write and keep in touch. I'll try my best to answer them. Thank you so much.